13. Some Real American Ghosts, Mr. Beecher Appeased. When what seemed to be Mr. Beecher's embodied spirit appeared to me, Dr. Funk said, I asked that very question. He smiled and replied that it was not a matter that concerned him especially, and that the whole thing was in the nature of a test, to prove to me that there actually are spirits, and that it is possible to have communication with them when all the conditions are favorable. He remarked that he was glad the old coin had been found, but seemed to consider the disposition of it a matter of minor importance. He told me he was glad I was taking interest in the subject, as he believed it would result in good for the world, and then, excusing himself on the ground that he had an engagement which it was necessary for him to keep, the apparition disappeared. Dr. Funk borrowed the coin from Professor West's collection, as a lighter-colored one he already had was of doubtful authenticity. Both coins were sent to the government expert in Philadelphia, and the lighter one was declared to be the genuine one. By the spirits it is now declared, however, that a mistake was made and that the darker one belonging to Professor West has the greater value. I found both the light and the dark one in the drawer, said Dr. Funk, and remembered distinctly that it was the darker of the two which I had borrowed from Professor West. I went to the next séance, and when Rakestraw's spirit arrived I asked him to find out which one was to be returned. After a brief interval his voice came to me. Return the dark one, of course, he said. That is the genuine coin and is the one you borrowed from Dr. Beecher's friend. While I do not wish to be classed as a believer in spiritualism, I certainly am open to conviction after what has come under my personal observation, Dr. Funk concluded. I am confident that no fraud was practiced on me at the séance at which I was told about the old coin. The medium is an elderly woman living in Brooklyn, who never appears in public, and the only persons present were members of her family and known to me. But none of them knew any more about the coin being in my safe than I did.